We got to rise. Rise. Oh, rise up and rise. You got to rise. Let us rise up. Rise up and sharpen your mind. Sharpen your mind. Work, work, work. Work, work, work. Work, work, work. Rise up and work. You got to rise. You got to rise. Hey. Rise up and work. We got to work. We got to work. Rise up and work. Rise up and work. We got to rise. We got to rise. We got to rise and work. We got to rise. We got to rise. We got to rise and work. We got to rise and work. Rise up and work. Starting in your mind. Baby, wait. You got to wait. Where? Rise up and work. We need to work hard. We cannot stand so we could impart in our know. Oh, we got to work hard on our own, and impart in our know that. Yeah, so we got to rise. 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 Rise and work on our own selves so we go impart in our know that. We need to work on ourselves and impart in our know that. So we got to rise.
Hello, how are you, Atsu?
It's good to have you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah. Guys, you are meeting Pat, a very good friend of mine, and I'm already here with you guys, so I'm going to give you the opportunity to introduce herself and what she does, and then we keep zooming. You're welcome, Pat.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Atsu. And I want to start. I want to see. Hopefully, I can share my screen so I can show you something.
Yeah, that's okay.
So let me. Okay, good. Thank you for having me. I'm so proud to be here.
Yeah, so proud.
I'm from United States. I was born there in Baltimore, Maryland. My parents came from the Philippines, and they went back to the Philippines. They are living there again. They retire there. So I am from, I guess, like two different worlds, the world of USA and also the world of Philippines. In a way, I was the first in my family to be born there.
That's beautiful.
Yes, it means a lot to me, and I feel very responsible, lots of responsibility and I think that's why I feel obligated very much to do this kind of work to help everybody that I can help.
All right, so let's begin with Sika.
I think some are shy. I think Sika is shy. She doesn't want to talk. Sorry.
So I'm Faustina Sika, but I usually like to go by the name Ajovi Sika. I'm a Neve, that's one of the ethnic in Ghana from Volta region, Tefle to be specific. I do a bit of everything. I love the creative arts in general. So when I'm not writing poetry, I am playing with fabrics, creating crafts here and there. When I'm not doing that, then probably I'm blogging. If I'm
Nice.
not doing that, then performance art, theater art, yes. Yeah, so basically that is it. That's a little I can say about me.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. All right. My name is Isaac Mauto Jidula, though, but I love to be called Jidula. Simply mean the conqueror, winner, victor.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the meaning. Yeah, I'm an actor, musician, and poet.
So, John,
Okay.
John, can you briefly introduce yourself in a minute?
I'm a model, international model.
Thank you, John. Pat, can you try sharing?
I think it's working now.
Yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. Yay. All right. Yay, we got it. All right,
Okay,
fantastic.
so
Thank you.
let me allow Bernice to also introduce herself briefly in a minute.
Yes.
Because we'll be running
Yes.
out of
Yes.
time. Rest from here. Bernice.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Bernice.
My name is Bernice, and I want to join you to know what exactly is going on and how you want to do all of these things.
Bernice actually is a makeup artist. Okay, so before we go to Sedena, let's allow Pat to share something very briefly with us, and then Sedena will come in later. Okay, Pat, over to you.
Okay, great. Hopefully this will work. And I like to just recognize the first people of this country in Panama where I am, and that is the Embera and the Kuna tribes. And this is my friend Victor, who is a Kuna from the Kuna tribe, and he's starting a school here, the Kunayala Island School. So we just try to make a tradition to remember and recognize that we are in a place that is not our place. It's the first people's place. That's what we have to do in the Americas, because all of the Americas have been taken from other people. I want to start with where I started here in Maryland, where I began in USA. We had a wonderful program where we had six different artists working with 100 teachers in the summer. And for 7 days in the summertime, when we have summer vacation, we would work with a dancer, a musician, a visual artist, an actor, a puppeteer, a storyteller, and a poet. So 7. And we would spend the whole day working and making art together, and then we would write our lessons. And it was all different teachers, science teachers, math teachers, and they learned how to connect their curriculum to what they learned from the artist. And it was very beautiful. And it's over almost 30 years old. They started this. We're one of the first in the world, really, that started this kind of work. And I loved it so much that I quit my work as a teacher, and I cut my money too, and I leave my summer vacation. But I thought it was so important that I work for a nonprofit, and I started working with the artists and helping to do this all year long, not just in the summertime. So we started a training for the artists, because the artists said, the teachers loved it, but the artist said, why you just throwing me here? I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to teach these teachers. So we need a training for the artists. And I said, you're right. We should have a training for the artists. So we created our Teaching Artists Institute, and we help the artists understand what the teachers need. And so and what happened was, it was more than a training. Because of the training, the teachers and the artists found space and time to come together and learn from each other. And then the teachers learned how important it was to have artists in their classroom. And the teachers, in return for helping the artist goes to their room and goes to their class and co-teaches with the teacher. So they would create a lesson together, and then they co-teach it in the classroom together. And then really the teachers saw how powerful it was to have the artist. And now that it's over 10 years old, those teachers have become principals, have become superintendents, and they have spread the arts in many, many schools in Maryland. So lots of the work of the artists increased after we have the training program. So some might ask, so we use arts integration. What is arts integration? And they say from Kennedy Center, this is the definition, which is very long, but is that they're building understanding through the art form. They understand the life cycle of a plant, let's say, from drawing it, from dancing the life cycle, from learning it through the different emotions and modalities of learning. Physical, visual, musical. This is my definition of what is arts integration. the desegregation of the subject areas. Then tried to make it very short and simple. It's what life is, right? It's how we live as artists too. Things are not separated, and that's how school should be. And some also call it STEAM. This is a very big new thing that a lot of people are interested in. It's not that new now, but to connect it with science, technology, engineering, and design. And I think we all know that people think our creative process is just a big mess, and then at the end you make your art. But really, our creative process is very similar to the engineering design process, which is what they use when the scientists and engineers and technologists, they use this design. But it's very similar to what artists use. They research, they imagine an idea, they plan it, they create it, they test it, just like an artist. And so I like to point this out to a non-artist so they can see all of the steps that the engineers do are the same steps that an artist is doing when they make their work. So this is just an example of a project we did. You can see we did it with teachers and also with middle school students in Baltimore, where they learn about water pollution and the different causes of the water pollution, like the heat, the thermal cause, and the chemical causes. And then they have to come up with as a team, with a creative solution to how they can solve that kind of water pollution. And we told them, you can use solutions that maybe don't exist yet. Use your imagination, because that is how we come up with good ideas, by thinking outside the box. And maybe if it's not possible now, it could be possible in the future. This is just an example of how we connect it to the curriculum. You can see that they have to have objective in the arts to understand design principles, the elements of the arts, understand how to use color to make contrast. But they also have to understand water pollution and the science behind it, and how they can solve it. And those two things go together. Their idea of how to solve the problem, they use the arts in order to express their idea creatively. Here we did a institute here in Panama, because my idea now is to take that idea we had in Maryland of the retreat with artists and teachers working together and do this all over the world. So hopefully one day we can be in Ghana, right, Atsu, and we can do a training there.
Sure, we are definitely coming to Ghana.
Okay, yes, definitely. Okay, I'm coming. That would be beautiful. We already have done it. I have a friend who has done it in Kenya. So, of course, we should do it in Ghana, of course.
But you have no choice. You're coming to Ghana, so.
Okay, all right, done. All right, so this one we did in Panama. We had Panamanian teachers there, and we looked at the ecosystem and how we teach them how to calculate the health of the ecosystem. And it was a scientific method, but we also look at this artist, who's a British artist. His name is Andy Goldsworthy, and his art is making things in nature and being in tune with nature, feeling and understanding nature, and seeing how it speaks to him, and then creating something that shows that energy and the beauty of nature with the natural materials. And it's not meant to last. It's meant to just go away like the way nature does. And that's supposed to be part of the art. The nature taking away his artwork is just part of his process of creating art. So using the idea of Andy Goldsworthy and the idea of looking at healthy ecosystems, the hypothesis of the program is that they will use a soundscape through music. They will represent what they heard with the sound of the animals, the sound of all of the nature that was around them. And then they will, through visual art, like Andy Goldsworthy, represent with natural materials the data, the mathematical data that they counted in the scientific investigation of what plants lived in that area of the rainforest. So I don't know if you can hear this. Probably no, because I tried to show this before, but it's okay. This, you can just see the video, and you can see that they created this frame out of the natural materials, but they did it in a way that also expresses the information that they collected from the rainforest. And they're talking about the color and the line and how they try to use it to emphasize their understanding, and also the sounds that they heard in the rainforest. They said that it seemed almost like all of the birds and the trees and the wind created a crescendo, a big loud noise, and that was the top of the frame that they were trying to show that visually what they heard. Okay, so I'm going to just go to the next one. Whoops. Okay. So this is another project we did when I was in Maryland, and it's embroidery with sewing. So I know we have some practice. Maybe Sika would like this one. Is looking at the ancient embroidery that they used to do, and showing how it was actually became a very good scientific record of the plants in the area, because many of the drawings are gone. They didn't last long enough, but the embroidery lasts forever. And so the students talk about how important it is to record our natural world around us so we can have that history for forever. And so they went to their gardens, went to around their schools to collect the different plants that they saw, and then they had to draw it, and then they learned to sew. And this is kindergarten students learning to sew and embroider, and also learning the life cycle of plants and trying to identify, is it in the what part of the life cycle is this plant, the seed, the plant, and I don't even know. They know, the kindergarten knows more than me of the life cycle. So I will very quickly show some data that has information about how when the students learn through arts integration, AI is arts integration, they remember, here the retention rate, 97.6%, they remember more than the students who learn the regular way. So when they learn through the arts, they will never forget it. Where the kids who can, and I think all of us probably know that from personal experience, you listen to the math teacher just talk or just read it from a book. For me, it's completely forgotten when I walk out of the room, right? But this experience, like these students with the seedling, they will never forget the life cycle of the plant and why it's important to their life. This is another study that shows arts integration makes students more engaged in school. They have better achievement. You can see if it's a non-arts class, only 44% achievement. If they're in the arts class, 78% achievement. They always achieve higher when it's an arts unit as opposed to a class that has no arts integration. So we all know this, of course. We know but the teachers need to see the data. This is that one was from Maryland. This is from Baltimore to our students doing a summer program. And what we also showed that the students who were below grade level, that means they were not reading yet, even though they were first grade and they were supposed to be reading by the time they finished first grade. We had a summer program to try to help these students who were not where they should be in their academics. And we were able to raise their reading by 1.5 times higher than when they finished school. So we help not just to help them not to lose their memory of how to read, but actually they went back to school better, higher than when they left school at the end of the school year. So we're helping to improve the schools in Baltimore and helping the kids to read who are struggling to learn to read the traditional way. This is also one from Minneapolis, another state where they did arts integration. And the blue line is all students. The more they had arts integration, the higher the gain in their scores of reading this one. And then the green line is the girls who qualify because they're in poverty to receive free lunch. So the girls who are qualifying for free lunch, even more gain in their scores. They even have higher scores than all the other students. And then the pink is the students who have English as a second language. They have a different language, home language, than they have at school. They have look how big the increase in their scores, the highest increase in their scores for the kids who need it the most. Okay. So this is just the culminating project of the kindergartners, what they created with their beautiful embroidery and their drawings. I would love for you to join us because our goal is to hopefully do this kind of work now on an international scale, starting online during the pandemic, but also at least the pandemic is also giving us time to raise the money so we can do it in person once we are allowed to be safe and in person.
Yeah.
That's the end.
I'm so much grateful, I mean, for the time. I mean, it's been wonderful with you. But we have teaching artists here in Ghana and artists that is general, and the idea for ITAC Ghana hosting such is to empower artists and TAs in Ghana, especially this under the COVID climate. So having people like you connecting with other people to offer, professional development workshop, that is what is the key. And I'm so happy that you are just so willing to do this with us. We also have certain persons who are hiding somewhere and they are also watching, I know. So I'm going to make sure I share this video. So today is just a briefing of what is happening to Ghana. I want you to keep sharing the message from Ghana. Artists here are doing great stuff. We have all people all over the world coming to Ghana, and we need to keep, working ourselves out. You saw Sika here. She's an actress and a poet. There's a lot she does, but we are all here. This is a studio. This is where actually we rehearse. We are zooming right from the studio. So right
nice.
from here. So we have people here who need the professional development, and I need you to use your connection to get us more people to get this done, fully packed, especially in February. So the gentleman you heard was Jidula. He's a musician. He's also a TA in Ghana. So quickly, Christabel is also a teacher who has been supporting me in whatever I do, and I know she's also having the art space in their school where they promote the arts, which works for. Chris, can you say hi to us, Christabel? Like you are also interested in the arts in the school curriculum.
Exactly.
Yeah, I believe it's been beneficial to your school as well.
Very, very beneficial. And I think I would have to invite my other colleagues. I have to share the link the next time you'll be meeting so that everybody joins.
Oh, wonderful.
I've benefited a lot. I've benefited a lot. I was just having to teach it with the connectivity. Yes, but the little I heard, I took a lot of notes.
Good. And I will share the links to my presentation and also to the videos. I will share those with you so you have.
Yeah.
And I'm happy
I'll
to.
be very grateful.
This is just the first class. We will have several, right, Peter?
There's a lot, chains of PDs, and so Christabel, I brought her in because she's with the education. All right, we are also artists and we can connect. So there's a lot to do in Ghana. You have the teachers there, you have the artists who are here, you have the teaching artists here as well. And because I know that you love the arts, I'm going to make sure that there's something I do. I like putting people on the spot. Adu is going to give us a short one.
Atsu is the best.
Why?
Yeah, for the poet. Applause the poet.
Okay. This is the same prompt. But let me do something little, since I think some of your presentations had to do with nature, the environment. This piece, I call it Tears from the Sea. I am the SEA. Some refer to me as the OCEAN, but it matters not the differences because we are both water bodies, creation of the Almighty. I am a wonder to the eyes that gaze on, a beauty to hold because of my neatness, medicine and therapy to souls that walk my shores, home to the giant and small alike. My complexion from afar is your favorite shirt. Why then do you make me filthy? Food I keep providing you with, minerals I have not hidden from you, your bodies I have rejuvenated. My waves have allowed you ride on in the name of exercise and adventure. Why then do you disregard my dilemma?
You have watched on your children dump refuse on me without caution. You have dug my shores for your children's children defecate without thinking about how I feel. You and your generations have defiled my beauty. So I will keep feeding you with whatever you dump in me unless you change your ways and treat me with care. I have allowed you transport goods to and fro, but what did you do? You occasionally spill substances on me, substances I don't relate with, suffocating my wonderful inhabitants and rendering my environment unpleasant to the tourist. Don't forget, you will enjoy me most if you help keep my beauty, for nature without all of me is a pity. Please, don't be mean, keep me clean, because I am the sea.
Yeah, so I think we have about 10 seconds to go. So let me do this before the line cuts out. So, Pat, you see, I told you there's something about me. I keep people on the spot. You see.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, you see, she's a great poet. So we're going to come all the way to Panama. You're going to come all the way to Ghana. Trust me. There's no waste about that.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm definitely doing it.
I tell you. So we're going to work on the climate change project. And then I just want to use this opportunity on behalf of Eric Booth, Madeline Miguel, and the ITAC collective, collaborative, to thank all of you who made it tonight to this very briefing. And then I want you guys to be ready for series or chains of professional development from Pat, Madeline, and all other TAs all over the world. And this is ITAC Ghana bringing this to bear. And I'm so happy that you came in. So we are recording this right from our studios. And I pray that you guys will keep following us. I have your emails or your messages in there, then I'll tap them in. Sedina, thank you so much for also making it. Jidula, the song. God bless you Christabel, the teacher. I mean, we always learn from you in connecting. And thank you so much, everybody. Pat, God bless you. Thanks so much for your presentation.
Thank you.
And kindly send me the PDF so that I can send to these guys. And we are so grateful.
I will do that for sure.
Yeah.
And please send me the video recording of this meeting. It was so beautiful, and I love the poem. And we should tell them. Hopefully, we'll talk next week, and we'll do this again.
I'm bringing all of them to you. There's no problem.
Okay.
Have all of them.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Pat.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Blessings.
Thank you.